Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another video from BioBuddy, and in this video we will be moving forward with the third part of our chapter, the fundamental unit of life, right, which is our cell, right. A definition of cell is the structural and the functional unit of our living organisms. Fine, is that clear? In the first two videos we have covered many different topics. In the first video I had covered what is cell, who discovered cell, how was it discovered, what was cell theory. In the second video we discovered the different definitions of what the prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, unicellular, multicellular cells, examples and their diagrams, right. I hope everybody has watched those two videos. Now we will be moving on with the third topic, that is our plant cell as well as the animal cell. Okay, so this is the diagram which I have drawn on board. Now you have to tell me which one is plant cell, which one is animal cell. As you can see, I haven't labeled it. We will label it in the video right now. The drawing part I do before, because in the video if I start drawing it will take a lot of time and the video will be much longer. So the reason which I have drawn is already that you could get to understand just by explaining it quickly. Fine. So yesterday we did a prokaryotic, eukaryotic cells, right, in the previous video. So if I ask plant cell and animal cells, they are which type of cells? Are they prokaryotes or are they eukaryotes? What will you say? They are not prokaryotes. They are definitely eukaryotes. Understand why? Okay, so in the previous video I told you that eukaryotic organisms or eukaryotic cells are the cells which are very well developed. Okay, these are the developed cells. Fine, this was clear to you? In the previous video I told you that these are developed cells. Okay, so eukaryotic cells had examples also. I told you there can be plant cell, animal cells, they have membrane bound organelles inside, they have a very well defined nucleus. Okay, if you have not seen those videos you can see those videos and then you can come back to this part. Fine. So again let me come up to the eukaryotic cells. Now eukaryotic cells can be animal cell and it can also be plant cell. It can also be plant cell, animal cell and plant cell. Fine. So this diagram I have drawn, these two diagrams. Now from the diagram which I have drawn, can you tell me which one is a plant cell and which one is an animal cell? First of all, I want to ask which one has the ability for locomotion, which one can move, plant cell or animal cell? You have seen animals moving. Obviously then animals have the ability to move, but plants, they are growing in a particular place, so they are static, they are stable, right? So the reason why they are able to attach themselves, they are able to be static at a place and grow there itself is the presence of cell wall. Okay? Plant cell and the animal cell, one major difference is that in plant cell the cell wall is present along with cell membrane. Okay, cell wall is also present, cell membrane is also present, but in case of animal cell only the cell membrane is present. Okay, the cell wall is providing rigidity to the plant cell. Okay, let me just label it now. So the outer wall which you can see here this is the plant cell wall and this is the plasma membrane. Got it? So plasma membrane lies inside of the cell wall. Cell wall is the outermost portion in case of plant cell. You can recognize from the shape this shape is like a brick. Brick is static, this heavy. It has to be placed at one point. So they always remember this rectangular shape is the significance of being static, being stable, not being able to move. That is the reason it belongs to plant cell. This is how you can remember. You don't need to write this in your exam, but this is how you can remember. ऐसे कैसे याद रखोगे कि कौन सा plant था, कौन सा animal cell था? You'll be confused if you don't know how to remember this. Always remember that this square shape or rectangular shape which I have drawn on the board, this shape is representing static and stable structure, that is of also plant cell. And what about the circular one? The circular one represents the animal cell because it seems to be like a balloon which has the ability to float and move. Okay, so this is plant cell and this is the animal cell. This is the animal cell. Okay, and this one is the plant cell. So let me label it for you first, beta. This was the cell wall, the outermost membrane, and the one is the plasma membrane. This one is the Golgi body. This is the Golgi body. This is the central vacuole. Central vacuole. These are plastids. This is the mitochondria. Okay, then this is the nucleus. This is the endoplasmic reticulum, which is also of two types: smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. This we will cover in detail further when we go ahead in this chapter. Fine. Then this central part, this is the nucleolus. Okay, these are the ribosomes. Okay, this is the dotted part is the cytoplasm. The same diagram is given in your books also, you can see from there also. Then come to animal cell, beta. This is again nucleus, this is again nucleolus, this is again endoplasmic reticulum, these are lysosomes, this is again mitochondria, this is cytoplasm, and this is the Golgi body. Fine, these are again ribosomes. Fine. So these are the basic structures of your plant cell and animal cell. Now the most important part here is, beta, how to identify what is the difference between these both cells. Okay, how are they different? So first will be animal cell. Now in animal cell, beta, what is the difference as compared to plant cell? The first major difference which I told you guys. So the first thing which you will be writing here is, beta, that animal cells do not have a cell wall, but plant cells, they have a cell wall. Cell wall is present. Okay, then very simple first point, that cell wall is present in case of plant cell, beta, cell wall is absent in case of animal cell. Now another point, beta, that इसके साथ में ही लिख सकते हो, you can write that point, that cell wall is absent but plasma membrane is present. Here you can say cell wall and plasma membrane both are present. Fine. This one point you can make altogether about the cell wall and the plasma membrane. Fine. Then next, beta, next point will be that it has a large central vacuole. It has, sorry, I am writing it in animal cell. We are talking about plant cells. I will write that it has a large central vacuole. It has a large central vacuole. Fine. In this case, but here you will say, and it is 1 in number, only one vacuole is present. Only one vacuole is present. Whereas if we talk about animal cells, beta, many small sized vacuoles are present. Okay, many small sized vacuoles are present. Now, second point is, beta, that there is a large central vacuole in case of plant cell. So this large central vacuole is present in case of plant cell and it is only 1 in number, but in case of animal cell, what will happen? The vacuoles, they are many in number but they are small in size. Fine, got it? But now here you will say the nucleus in case of plant cells lies on the periphery. That means on the side, either side. Nucleus lies on the periphery. Right? And here nucleus lies in the center. Nucleus lies in the middle, or you can say in the center portion. Got it? So these are the points. That first is about cell wall, second is about your vacuole, then third is about your nucleus. Then beta, in plant cell, plastids are present. Plastids are present, whereas in animal cell, plastids will be completely absent. Plastids absent. In case of animal cell. Got it? So the first 4 points, I hope all of you know now that these are the points which are very, very important. Fine. The last point, you can say that in plant cell beta dictyosomes are present. Dictyosomes are present, and here Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus is well developed. Golgi body is very well developed. Fine. So these are the examples alongside your diagrams. Make sure you are labeling them properly, you are seeing them from the book, and there are many examples, there are many labelings which are yet to be done beta. You can see in the endoplasmic reticulum which are having dots. They are known as rough endoplasmic reticulum because these dots are beta ribosomes which are present on top of this endoplasmic reticulum. This much is good to go till here. Next part, when we will studying the particular this organelle, endoplasmic reticulum, then I will discuss that in detail. Fine. So till now, I think this is good to go beta. Plants and animal cell, what are the major difference? Make sure you are learning this for 5 points and diagrams as well as their labels. Fine. Any problem, any doubt, put it in the comment section below. And see you guys in the next video beta. Till then, take care. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Fine. Like every video, share it with your friends, and I'll keep on posting more and more videos regarding your chapters. Fine. So I'll see you guys till then. Take care.